Hi, I'm back. I know I've been gone for a bit because I've been in a rut. I have been in a rut. If you're new here, my name is Jakara and I recently moved to Los Angeles, California. I have been living by myself for like 3 months now and I survived. I cannot believe it. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about like what it's like to live by yourself. And not gonna lie, my apartment still kind of looks like I just moved in because I haven't done a lot to decorate because I have been indecisive. But my goal is to figure that out in the next few weeks. I put like a moving in vlog on my channel. If you haven't already seen it, definitely watch it. But if you are looking for a sign to move out, this is it. But wait, do not take this as a sign to just pack your bags with no plan and just move out, because I did that. I tried to move out and let's just say I like failed before. This is my story of how I moved to LA. But first, we have to start at the beginning. 2 years ago, I had moved in to a room that I was renting with a nightmare landlord, which I will put the video up here because if you haven't watched it, you gotta watch it. Like, that was a crazy, crazy experience. And also, I went through a breakup and then I moved back home and I was like bitter. And I had said, I'm going to move out on my own. Didn't know where I was going to live. I wrote out, I have like these notebooks that say where I want to live, how I want the apartment to be, bright and airy. And I remember writing that and I was like, this isn't gonna happen. This isn't gonna happen, which that you block your blessings by thinking that. And then obviously 2020 happened and the pandemic happened and I was depressed, but I was living at home. And I decided to embrace living at home. I was around my parents. I mean, me and my mom, we obviously got into it a lot because we are so much alike. When the pandemic happened, everybody's at home. Everybody's working from home. So you were around each other 24/7. There were calls going on. It was like a small house, but it was nice because my dad and I would step outside and just like be in the sunlight. You know, we would say like, let's go outside. He would make salads. We would go get food to eat. I got to bug my brothers. I really grew. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to move out. I'm going to do it. I landed a job. I had the salary that I wanted, and I decided to make a plan. And I'm telling you, I said, well, first of all, originally I said that I was going to move by March 2020. Pandemic happened, that didn't happen, right? So then I told myself, okay, I'm going to move by April 2021. This is my budget. I sat down with my dad. I came up with everything that you can think of, utilities, because I had lived in an apartment before with my ex, so I like did that halfway, but I was very hyper vigilant about saving. My mom, my sister, my dad, we all talked about saving, and I just like started stacking and I cut back on spending. I looked at what I was putting my money towards. And I just started to get excited and I would look at places every single day. And I told everybody, no, I'm moving out. I'm moving out by April. I'm moving out. I'm moving out. And okay, so my apartment, what happened is that everything fell into place. So I had an idea of what I wanted. I wanted parking, because it's really hard to find parking in LA. I wanted it to be in a safe area. I wanted new appliances if possible. And a nice to have would be a balcony or like a fireplace. That's what I wanted. And I had said that it would be awesome if it was near a Target. Okay, that was just like some nice to haves. So one day I was on Zumper, and if you guys haven't heard of it, Zumper is, for me, I found a lot of scams on Zillow, Trulia, but Zumper, landlords have to pay a fee in order to put up their listing. So I went on there And I saw this place, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And it's in this like prime location that the year before I was in the location that I'm in now. I was meeting somebody at the time and I told my dad, I was like, how do I live here? Like, this would be cool. And my dad would say, you know, that area is a really nice place to live, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't think I was able to afford it. Anyways, so flash forward. I am looking and I saw this beautiful place. I mean, the pictures were gorgeous. It had a balcony and it had 2 parking spots. 2. I was like, this is a scam. This is a scam. There's no place that has underground parking and it's included in rent. Like, what? I applied for it and I ended up getting it. I got it. I got the apartment. And then they were like, actually, I know you want to move in April, but can you move in March? And I talked to my dad. I was like, can I move in March? He was like, I mean, you have the funds to do it. And I was like, all right. So I moved in March. I didn't move March 2020, but I moved March 2021. And I moved into my dream place. But if I can find those manifestation journals, let me tell you, I remember looking back on it as I moved in, and this is so much better. This is so much better than what I wanted. It had basically everything and more. It was bright and airy. It is in a safe area. It has parking. What? It has a balcony. I have a dishwasher, guys. A dishwasher is big for me, okay? I grew up without a dishwasher. We were the dishwasher, the kids, okay? So to be able to like put it in there, yeah, sometimes, in fact, I feel like I don't even have to rinse it with this dishwasher. It gets it done. I just put a little pot in there and then I just set it and then I go. Now let me tell you how I got here. First of all, your credit score. If you know nothing about credit, I need you to go do your research because your credit score means everything. If you have a low credit score, either you will be denied by an apartment, you will have to have a co-signer, or you will have to pay twice the deposit, which a deposit normally, it could be like $1,600. So imagine paying double that. Landlords can do that. So I really worked to bring up my credit score. I was saving. I even saved twice the amount for the deposit just in case. Like, that's what I was thinking of. I had a fund for furniture. I had a fund for, like kitchen stuff, like things that I needed for my kitchen, my bathroom, all of that. Now, 2 years ago, on Black Friday, I found like a kitchen set that came with like pots and pans and everything, and I bought it because I knew I was going to move out, but obviously I didn't move out at that time, but I kept it. So I already had the pots and pans that I needed. And then let me tell you, factoring in towels that you're going to need. The minute my dad found out that I got approved for the apartment, he printed out like this long list of apartment essentials and we got to work. We started checking things off of that list. We went to Walmart, Dollar Tree, everything that you can think of just for supplies. IKEA, I got to go to IKEA, and honestly, IKEA is my happy place. I started to make a list of, okay, the entertainment system, kitchen table, all of that. Now, you do not have to have everything when you move in. I still, like I said, I don't really have any decorations. For me, because I was going to be working from home, I was like, okay, I can have the kitchen table and work from the kitchen table. I found an amazing deal. Now, you guys go to the Goodwill, if your friends have furniture, go through that route. I had done that before and I had budgeted and I saved and I wanted, what I wanted this time around. So I went to Ashley Home Furniture, I don't know. And they had a deal where, guys, if you were looking at couches, love seats, even just like a coffee table, depending on where you go, like couches could be like 300 something for one couch. Like ridiculous. But furniture shops sometimes do deals where they can have like an $800 deal or 1,000 or like higher. And what you get is you get a couch, a love seat, coffee table, end tables, lamps, and a rug. Okay, all of that. When you do the math, you're saving so much money. So I did that, and I had my living room furniture. I got my entertainment system at Walmart, and I got my kitchen table at Walmart. Okay, that's what I did because I didn't need anything fancy, that could come later. So I got all of that, and I made sure to really get bang for my buck. When I was looking at like even kitchen like dish soap, okay, there's like the Myers dish soap that smells really good. My dad was like, why are you gonna do that? Why don't you just go with a generic brand? That's true. Honestly, just go with a generic brand. Don't do what you see YouTubers doing. Do what saves you money, and that is what I did. I moved in, got everything set up. My dad and brothers helped me, and then I cried. Like, I cried because I was like, okay, I'm here. Now what do I do? Oh, side note, I didn't have curtains for like a month. I didn't have curtains in my living room, and then I had these ugly curtains. Ugly curtains in my room that I eventually switched out. I got super lucky because the previous tenant had left like cleaning supplies, like a what do you call it? A vacuum. I left a vacuum. Living by yourself is really, it's a whole different experience, but you have to be prepared because it's expensive. And if you don't have a budget, if you guys don't know, depending on like what service you have, I have Spectrum, so it's cheaper to bundle cable and internet, and that's like around $130 a month. Like, ooh, so expensive. Also, even though I had lived in apartments before, because I didn't have utilities set up in Los Angeles, some weird thing, they made me pay a deposit, and that deposit was $200. That was just to like set up the utilities, to set up the account, $200. I also have renter's insurance, and then there are the other utilities that I factor in on top of all of the other things that I have to pay. I've had some things come up. My sister's getting married. I have to pay for a bridesmaid's dress. There's a bachelorette trip. I have friends, things coming up that I'm doing. And looking back, I'm like, ooh, okay. So eating inside the house, like eating at home. But my issue is that I need to meal prep because I had decided last month that I was going to cut out meat during the week. So I have all fish. But to cut up the sweet potatoes that I have and saute the spinach, like to do that every day, I get tired, and I get tired of having just fish. And then I will order out, which isn't good. But then I'm like, okay, I can't afford to order out, so I have to eat. So then I have to go grocery shopping. And then when I go grocery shopping, I have to have a list. And certain grocery shops, like there's a Ralph's and then there's a Vons right across the street from each other. And let me tell you, Vons is expensive. If you're going to go, like, go to Ralph's. Sometimes I was going to West Covina just because I knew that it was like cheaper out there. It's expensive living in the city. In the city, there's like specific taxes. So if you get like Uber Eats, there's a specific taxes included. Look, when I was with my parents had food. They had groceries and all of that. That was great. And now I have to. Oh my gosh, the little things. Like when I moved, not realizing that I didn't have flour. I needed flour, salt. That first grocery trip was so expensive because I was getting regular groceries, but then I was also getting like the standard things that I would need for my kitchen. Okay, don't laugh, but like when you live by yourself, you decide how you want things to be organized, how you want things to look. I moved the cups in my cabinets around multiple times because I did not know. I was like, okay, so like, where do I want my glasses to go? Where do I want my bowls to go? Like, where do I want things to go? Because for the longest time, it was other people, and now it's me. Living by myself, I am my own company. I listen to music. I take bubble baths. Guys, I found the greatest like bubble bath stuff, and it's like these like really thick bubbles, and that makes me happy. Okay, the lights. I don't need the lights on all the time. I see why my parents were like, oh, turn off the lights. Or they were like, do you have McDonald's money? Because look, living by yourself is so expensive. Thankfully, my electric bill was not very high, so I'm happy about that. I have air conditioning. I have it, but I am very, very careful about how long I have it on. No, 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 no. And then I'm always like, did I lock my door? Like, that's important to lock your door and make sure at night. So, lock everything. What else? I haven't really met my neighbors because I live in a really nice, quiet complex most of the time, except I don't know if it's like below us that is like playing this music at like 3 a.m., like where the bass is like shaking my apartment. I don't know. I have a weekly or like bi-weekly FaceTimes with my friends and I talk it out. I call my parents more so many times. I like to FaceTime them and they get really annoyed. They're like, why do you have to see me? Because I'm so used to bugging you guys and now I am just bugging myself. Gosh, what else? What else? What else? It gets lonely. But then I like figure it out and I had to tell my parents, I was like, look, I cannot keep coming home every weekend. I mean, there was like Mother's Day, there was birthdays, we went on a family camping trip, and when I left that camping trip and came back home, I just like exhaled because I was like, I have my alone time. I have my space. I have my space. But living alone, it's really a time to decide what I want in life. What do I value? What do I not value? You know, who is Jakara? Who is Jakara living by herself? Who is Jakara? Jakara is single in the city. Single in the city. What does that look like? That looks like a lot. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm going to be exploring and I want to take you guys along with me. But moving by myself has been really great. And if only I could tell that girl who was so sad 2 years ago, if only I could tell her, like, look, I know that things are crazy right now, but it's gonna get way better and you're gonna be happy and you're gonna be in the apartment of your dreams by yourself and you're gonna get to decorate. And speaking of, sorry guys, there's a lot of racing on my street.
One eternity later.
So thanks again for watching. If you guys haven't already, definitely subscribe and I will be back with another video. I'm gonna be way more consistent, I promise.